I got this game for free with my PC, so I was like, decent, I'll make a review of this. 3 hours after launch, about 900,000 videos came out reviewing it, and I was like, well damn. Like, I'm pretty sure the campaign in this game takes longer than it would to learn Hebrew and read the original scripture of the Bible. I decided before I review it, I'd play the full game so I could say with pretty solid certainty whether or not it's a good game, and I failed. So when you read the title and it said a comprehensive review, that was a lie. I do know a fair bit about the game, but like most of my videos, this was just an excuse to rant about my hatred for Ubisoft. So the first thing you'll notice when playing the game is that it's very similar to Odyssey. What am I saying? Of course it is. Every single Ubisoft game is the exact same as the last one, we just keep buying them. People hated Odyssey. Now, imagine that game, but they somehow dragged out the campaign even more and made the campaign even worse. But hey, there's cinematic boat riding now, so that's good, right? However, the only reason you need the cinematic boat rides is because all the boat rides are like having that mod in Skyrim that disables fast travel, so you just have to sit there while Bjorland takes you from Whiterun to Riften, usually ending in me uninstalling the game. However, instead of a mod, that's just a normal game and there's no getting past it. One of the things people really didn't like about Odyssey was the fact that after every fight you'd have a full new outfit and arsenal, with your old stuff becoming completely irrelevant as soon as you leveled up. They clearly took this on board and were just like, fine, no new weapons, no new armour. Like 10 hours into the campaign I was still using old default gear, and it's not like it was 10 hours of riveting gameplay. At least 9.5 of those hours were just boating around, wondering if I was going the wrong way, which I usually was. What other things do people talk about in reviews? Graphics, I guess? They're decent. You'd expect them to be decent though, as this was one of the title launches for the next gen of consoles, but on PC it just looks like every other modern game, to be honest. Detroit Become Human came out over 2 years ago and it looks just as good in my opinion. People complained about the gods and mythical creature stuff in Odyssey despite it being literally the only good part of the game. Like fighting Hades or Persephone is much better than the classic Ubisoft quest of kill 3 miscellaneous generals or some garbage like that, in my opinion of course. And if you disagree with that, I don't know what to tell you, you're just wrong. Adding mythology was the first new thing Ubisoft had incorporated since adding realistic waves in 2013, so I was all for it. The only argument people could genuinely have against it is that it goes against the Assassin's Creed lore and makes it too convoluted, and to that all I have to say is... Oh, I'm kidding of course, that's not a valid argument. Keeping up with the Assassin's Creed lore is like trying to read the Da Vinci Code, but each word is written in a different language to the last. Didn't they confirm that Assassin's Creed is in the same universe as Watch Dogs, which effectively doubles the garbage on the wiki page? I half expect the next game to be Far Cry 4 Assassin's Creed Edition, in which you play as Pagan Min, an Isu overlord trying to capture the f***ing Apple of Eden to reform the world, which honestly I wouldn't be opposed to. Sounds kinda sick come to think about it, but you get what I mean. By the way, if you killed Pagan at the end of Far Cry 4, just leave. You know where the close tab button is. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, back to Valhalla. Boss fights in Valhalla are better than most Ubisoft games. It's actually challenging, with the attack patterns of bosses changing mid-fight, making it less just trigger finger left click until it dies, which sums up most other Ubisoft games. As for actual story, which at least a few people play Assassin's Creed for, it's pretty rich in small details, so if you know a lot about Viking history already, you'll probably be like, oh yeah. For me though, it just wasn't as entertaining as Odyssey, which was much more vibrant and visually stunning than rainy England in 800 AD. I do appreciate how they made Layla, the assassin who became Keeper of Hermes' staff in Odyssey, more of a crackhead, after she slaughtered her friend in cold blood. I think that Assassin's Creed should be focusing more on the out of Animus real world stuff if they actually want to build a multiverse, because it has the potential to make the games great. Black Flag, for example, they had the perfect blend of lore and gameplay so that I wasn't bogged down by information, but I also wasn't bogged down by 60 plus hours of boat riding. The future of the Assassin's Creed franchise is something that is often discussed by review channels, so let's have a think. Let's be honest, there isn't too much to it. As long as idiots like me keep buying their games, they're going to keep making more, and when people stop buying them, they'll just remaster all the others and sell them for full retail price, and we'll be stuck in the hateful Ubisoft loop for all eternity. On that dark note, thanks for watching, smash like if you learned absolutely nothing, goodbye.